Hey, what's up guys, DiplexHeated here again. Welcome back to Men of War Assault Squad 2 and Rob's Realism mod. Today we are doing a Pegasus bridge battle, and we have done one previously, but this one is going to be special because it's not exactly historically accurate. We have created a reversed scenario, so the Germans will be attacking and the Brits will be defending. I think I'm gonna do a few more reversed battles in the future where we swap the roles. So any faction that would be defending a city or a position will then be attacking it, whereas the attacker will be defending it. And I think it'll have a pretty big impact on the battle itself, considering that there will be different, equipments and tanks and weapons and whatnot. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. We'll see what we can do more of. This battle here is kind of particularly cool because it features a lot of airborne elements. Obviously, I think there were glider infantry, yes, from the 6th Airborne Division attacking Pegasus Bridge, historically, of course. But in this particular battle, German Fallschirmjägers will be attacking instead. Fallschirmjägers, jawohl. And where are they? They're so well camouflaged. They're supposed to be 30, like a whole platoon. 3 different Zoogs, like squads. We have FG-42s, scoped K-98s, MP-40s, and Panzerfausts, and you name it, all that good stuff. Historically, I think there'd be, out of the 10 people, or 8, I'm sure it was 10, 2 light machine guns. And the FG-42 was only made for the airborne troopers, like, not Luftwaffe's, how should I speak it, like, ground forces and ground Fallschirmjägers, so to speak. And these have obviously not made it here by land since we're in Normandy. So they have actually all got the FG-42 in terms of light machine guns. So now MG-42s are 34s. Very excited to see this one go down, though. Obviously, there will be, like, in the... Ooh, you weren't supposed to see that, but maybe you won't even know what I'm talking about if I'm not looking back there. But there will be a few more elements to this to make this more interesting and to make it more like the famous mission in Call of Duty and the previous Pegasus Bridge scenario we did. So without further ado, let's click start and see. It's going to be pretty even. Let's see if the Germans, with their force, can capture and secure the Pegasus Bridge, knock out all British resistance and possible counterattacks. We'll see how many casualties they do end up taking here. Ooh, explosive barrels. It's going to leave a bit of a mess over here. It's always interesting because every time you hit that start button, you're going to get different results. And this battle is highly unscripted in terms of unit movement. Only just a few reinforcements and whatnot. Other cool little aspects that I think everyone could have foreseen are. But the actual unit movement and where they're going is very unscripted. We have a Bren team over here. A few rifles and Stens holding this flank down. Oh, damn, look at that bullet whiz. Some pretty close hits. Three rather daring Brits out of cover, kind of holding it down on this side. I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but if that's where they want to be, then they can be there. We have another Bren and a few more riflemen here on the left side of the second side, or the other side, really, covering this side. And so far, how are the Germans doing? It's going a little bit slow. I wonder how many casualties they've taken. I don't see all too many. There's one over here. There ought to be a few in the center, but perhaps not. They're taking it slow, and here's an FG-42 down. You can hear the distinct sound of the FG-42 back here. This is a scoped FG-42. Trying to find all the soldiers. It's hard. They're so well camouflaged. Oh, look, there's a few laying down here in the bushes. There he is. He's also got a scoped FG-42. I wonder what kind of scope that would be most similar to. Probably just like a regular scoped, with a kind of black crosshair going through the center. Perhaps one of those little arrow symbols in the center, Nothing all too fancy, I believe, at this time. There were, like, some more experimental sites towards the end of the war. I remember seeing an STG-44 with pretty advanced scope on it. I'm not sure if it was ever used in battle, though, but that is pretty cool indeed. So the Germans have more or less entirely secured this side of the river and bridge. I don't see any remaining British soldiers anywhere. There are, however, a few casualties here in the trench, but I think they're mainly British. So I think the Germans are going to have a pretty good chance at crossing the bridge and securing it. In general, how are the Brits doing? This entire squad has been just knocked out. Look at them all dead. I think the British paratroopers did equally well at this time. So, I mean, obviously paratroopers like Fallschirmjägers and glider infantry and airborne and all that will perform a lot higher than the regular soldiers, and which is quite cool that this game has stats like accuracy and even health, I think, plays a little bit of a part in it, which I think could symbolize like dexterity and strength and stamina and whatnot. Obviously that would play in, so it's quite cool. Few soldiers moving across the bridge, a Panzerfaust soldier and an MP40. They would generally have, however, I believe one scoped K98 per squad, and also rifle grenades instead of a Panzerfaust, because I guess it's harder to drop with a Panzerfaust and maybe not so safe to bring an explosive weapon of that kind onto a plane or something, which makes sense. I'm not entirely sure, but the information that I got was that that was not part of a squad, but it could be different with the airborne squads and the more ground-based Fallschirmjäger squads. Same thing for the Allies with their glider infantry and airborne infantry. Both are airborne, but the paratroopers, the jumpers, and the glider infantry would have very different in gear. What's going on over here? We have a couple of soldiers like really holding it back over here now, kind of starting to just cross the bridge. Looking really cool though. I do appreciate you guys looking cool. That's the British reinforcements coming in to reinforce the bridge. Oh damn. We have a Willys Jeep on this side too. MP40 versus 30 cal. Oh jeez. Just got in there. Oh, car taking lots of fire. Driver down. Oh, and the whole car goes down. Tanks moving up though. There should be a lot of British infantry supporting as well, but they must be holding it back for now. I can't see any. There's a few back there. Is that German MP40 soldier alive in the bunker? No, he's dead. Plenty of German casualties dead on the bridge itself. Oh, nice shot from the Panzerfaust. I love a fireworks display. More British infantry coming in back here. I think we're about to witness an explosion. Hopefully. The Tiger disappointed in in yesterday's video, but this might just be it. I'm not sure if a Panzerfaust could create such a... Ooh, what the hell? Well, another explosion of some kind. A bloody explosive barrels back there, at least like fuel barrels went up. There's another scoped K98 MP40 moving up. The assistant squad leader would also have an automatic pistol, which is an automatic machine pistol, in other words, an MP40. Jeep engine is still on. Hear that? It's a nice Jeep. It's really cool. More and more Germans are moving over. There are plenty of British soldiers around here, though. Let's look at casualties on this side. 4 dead over here, so there ought to be very few remaining from that very attack wave. Some have been shot down over here as well, but no, they're going to try and move on. The Brits are coming. Quickly shot at, though. They're running down the middle of the street. Disperse, disperse. A few more Fallschirmjägers moving up. I wonder what the presence is on the other side of the bridge. Got some back there on the flanks, but the area is definitely not fully secured yet. Very cool indeed. Another FG-42. Hopefully we can see more FG-42 action. Shooter up there in the window. Man down! Hand grenade exploded. British infantry running across the street. It's really nice to get down on a very personal level like this. Becomes very cinematic. Hand grenade. Oh, that was about to be a very close throw. I'm glad he didn't do that. Let's see here. Oh, soldier down. What happened? He was shot. You think he fell down from the top floor, somehow ended up on the bottom floor. Grabbed his stomach, where he was probably bleeding from, and then was shot a second time and then died. A few British soldiers around here, 2 at least, could be a 3rd, but they're running back. I like this. This is gonna be very personal. Oh damn, that was some close shots. I feel bad for these Brits. They're really trying to get out of here now. Made it to the other side. A few more Germans crossing the bridge back there. It's hard to see. I know it, my friends. I know it. Be sure to follow me on Snapchat. Been taking a lot of suggestions from people. You can also see what kind of video I'll be uploading during that very same day. I will usually announce that to everyone following. Ooh. Hand grenade out. That's gonna run. Ooh, run pretty nice. For the Germans explode further in the forest though, and both of the British soldiers are gonna be pretty much shot down as the rest of the squad runs out. That should be it. Germans have done a very, very nice job today. Let's take a look at casualties. We'll mark the British casualties in red and the... Actually, never mind. We'll mark the German casualties in red and the British casualties in yellow. So the approach about... Well, I'd say primarily first we got 2 men down here together. So that's a little clumsy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 primarily. And then I think that a 8th here and the 9th on both far sides of the bridge were killed later on during the second stage, but primarily about 5 to 6 to 7 casualties kind of approaching. That's an 8th, 9th, 10th, yes. So and then we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here on this side, which is pretty good actually. British have obviously lost all 30, so about even numbers at a start, and then probably another 10 or 12 who attacked as reinforcements with the tanks. So German paratroopers did really well from attacking out of cover and obviously disabling and destroying tanks, vehicles, and plenty of entrenched British infantry. So it's really interesting and cool to know that this game really does play favor when it comes to skills and training of different infantry. So sorry for a slightly short video today. Didn't have much else planned, but I really did enjoy making this thing. So if you guys want to see more, let me know. And I do have Warhammer 40k coming up. We've been really slow on the Red Rising front. Really haven't thought of any modern scenarios. I do want to address all the comments about the next post-apocalyptic series. It will come. It really will. There's been an issue with the mapper that hasn't really delivered on his side. Been some negotiating issues in terms of maps, but Mighty Mapper 123, which is otherwise my primary mapper for this channel, has said that would really like to create some cool post-apocalyptic American-based maps. So yeah, that should be really, really cool. And then we can kind of create a series. I think this one's going to be way more detailed, smaller on scale, not as many big factions fighting as we did in the East in our sort of Russian scenario. And it would be about more like gangs and crews and stuff like that, which I think would be really cool. But more about that later. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon again. Ciao.